Hello and welcome to another update video about Mana. Yeah, I haven't covered Mana now for a while, but Mana is a chart that looks generally very interesting, as I mentioned before. And Mana as well has reached its target area here between the 88.7% Fibonacci retracement level at 67 cents and the 78.6% level at 126, 127. Yeah. So this is a typical correction for a wave 2. So what we have here overall, we can apply here the Elliott wave count for Mana. So we start here in June at that low, counting here a wave 1. The low then here in September was a wave 2. Then we go all the way up here in a wave 3. We come down in a wave 4 and we move up to the wave 5 peak. All of this creates a larger wave 1. You can put that on the chart. So this is a wave 1, which is the first impulsive wave here, and it was the first major impulsive wave that Mana had, and it then has proceeded, like many other cryptos, to come down in a wave 2 in an A, B, C wave, A, B, C correction, which is a wave 2. So we take that wave 1, and the same wave degree of the same wave degree is this wave 2 that we currently have down here. The question is the wave 2 finished or not? Well, it is here for Mana certainly the case that, oops, don't know what happened here, that Mana could have completed the wave 2 already. So first of all, a corrective wave like wave 2 consists of 3 waves in its most simple form. That is a wave A, a wave B, and a wave C. All of these are part of that correction. And it is just typical that in such a wave 2, cryptocurrencies, but also young assets, we've got a lot of stocks and shares from the tech industry at the moment. They come down into these lower Fibonacci retracement levels because of a lot of them, because they are so young, like in the crypto market, they currently only have completed their first wave 1 and their first wave 2 in their whole chart history, and therefore they all correct down in that wave 2 quite a lot, and that is typically into that area here between the 88.7% and the 78.6% Fibonacci retracement level. These are very critical levels. Ideally, you don't want a cryptocurrency or an asset to drop below the 88.7% Fib level. It is just not good for the chart recovery, but overall, we've seen in the past it happens, and they do recover, but it is just more risk below that level that they don't recover. So ideally we want Mana to hold above the level. The question is, how realistic is that, and is it really a major issue if it drops below the level? From my point of view, it is not necessarily a major issue. We just need to keep a close eye on Mana, and Mana needs to make sure that it recovers together with other cryptocurrencies as well. Because it all has to do with sentiment. If a cryptocurrency or an asset in general drops below the 88.7% Fib level, that is the last major support level on the Fib scale, or on the Fib ladder, then it has to do with sentiment, and if it drops below that, sentiment can get very negative, and you just need more effort to get the recovery starting again. So Mana, however, when it reached that 88.7% Fib level, and you can see here again how relevant that level is, it reacted quite strongly. It actually moved up really much. From down here, it was roughly 130% that it moved up from the low. Now it has come, or it tried to get out of the target area. It tried to get out of the 78.6% level. It tried to break out, didn't manage to do so. It's currently coming down again. And overall, it hasn't yet made a higher high. And that is what I mentioned in the previous video. To really get confirmation that the downtrend is over, we want Mana to make a higher high. At the moment, it hasn't done that. You can see that here. We are still in a downtrend, and it has moved up quite a bit because the downtrend before that was very strong. So overall, it's not done that. It is coming down. We've got a descending trend line here, and we need to see that break. If that breaks, that would be a long opportunity. I'm not telling you that the downtrend is over, but for anybody who wants to trade it, that would be an obvious one, because you would break out of a descending trend line, and that would be a potential trade setup. Now again, that's no financial advice. Now I'm telling you it's going to work out. We have to do with a lot of fake outs, but here your risk management comes in. But that would be an opportunity. And you can see on the chart as well, and maybe I should go to the 4-hour chart. You can see actually, together with descending trend line, you possibly could argue that we have here a descending wedge forming. Yeah, so you've got here this, and we're getting into an apex. Yeah, and that is always an interesting pattern, an interesting development, and we can still move a little bit further, maybe for the next 2 or 3 days, maybe all the way into the weekend, before we will see here a decision. But that could be an interesting one, getting into the apex here. That could certainly overall here already be a first wave to the upside, and so a wave 1 here and a wave 2 down. But to get real confirmation for that, what we want to see, we want to see that previous swing high break above 134, 135. This is what the price now needs to do to start to establish an uptrend, because a downtrend is only broken as soon as you make a higher high. So until then, downward pressure still very, very big. Yeah, still primarily I would expect, until we break that level, my primary expectation would be that we go down once more and that we actually make a lower low compared to the wave C here. Yeah, I mean that is currently only the wave C because this is where it peaked at the low, but I actually think the wave C and the wave 2 will be finished somewhere over here, so that this is only a dip in between, and that we might be, as when many other cryptos, currently in a wave 4, and we will still see that wave 5 down, which would then complete the wave C, which would then complete the wave 2. That means from there, down here somewhere, the low would be in and we can start a recovery. As I generally expect at the moment for the entire crypto market another low, I would expect the same for Mana, even though we have here a descending wedge, and yeah, fair enough, you need to see that separate. So we could certainly see a short-term breakout to the upside here and then still make another lower low. Yeah, absolutely. So, but this is an interesting trade setup here. Just wanted to point it out, potential breakout opportunity here. Yeah, for anybody who is very active and would like to see the chart and watch the chart. Certainly I'm quite positive in general about the Mana chart, because the way it has been correcting down, I mean, it had a very, very strong impulse. Yeah, we had a very strong impulsive wave to the upside here, and we have been correcting down quite a long time, but in a very clear ABC structure. So from a chart point of view, that's all good. What we need to wait for now is a first impulsive wave to the upside. As I always say, that is the signal we want to get, so we could count that maybe as the first wave. We now need to see a wave 2 down. We need to see a wave 3 up, a wave 4 down, a wave 5 up, and then when we then see an ABC correction down, so a 3-wave structure down, a 3-wave structure usually goes against the higher level trend. So the 5 waves go into the direction, or the 5-wave structure goes into the direction of the higher level trend. It is an impulse, a motive wave structure, yeah, that goes into the direction of the higher level trend, which means if we see that 5-wave structure to the upside, it will mean that the trend has probably shifted to the upside. And when you then get that corrected down in an ABC wave, and that makes a higher low, that's a good indication the whole downtrend could be over. So at the moment, I still do expect primarily a lower low. Now that could be after a breakout of that wedge to the upside, absolutely. But still, I don't think the low is in for Mana yet, not as long as we haven't made a new higher high. And actually one target to really complete this overall correction would be here around the 38-cent level. Yeah, so should we really drop once more below 67 cents, which is the 88.7% Fib level, I would expect that level to be triggered, 38 cents. And now, what would be the targets for the next major wave to the upside? Let's actually take a look at the Fibonacci extensions, and let's take a look what would happen if we really came down to that 38-cent level. And let's draw the Fibonacci extension levels for that wave 3, which would ideally be the next wave. Yeah, wave 1 up, done. Wave 2 nearly done. Wave 3 to the upside, next one. And that is a price target that would come into fruition here if we make a new all-time high, and that would be at least $9.40. That would be at least the 1.618 Fibonacci extension level. That is the minimum target for a wave 3. Yeah, $9. So from now, pretty much a 10x, not quite, but I would also expect the price to drop once more a little bit lower for Mana here going forward. I don't think the low is in already. One more point here for Mana maybe. I just mentioned to you the key levels. What would be really important, and unfortunately because it is such an extended wave structure here, we've seen such a strong impulse to the upside, all the Fibonacci levels are very much extended as well. We can't really talk about with a lot of certainty that the low is in until we break above here that wave B, and that is at 352 or 350. Now, of course, we can get confirmation before that. As I said, we see a first 5-wave move up, a 3-wave move down would be a really good confirmation. But unfortunately, until we really break above that wave B high here at 350, there is still a lot of downward pressure. So I have to mention that key level, that is really a key level in the chart. As soon as you break above the wave B high, we can really say with a lot of certainty that the low is in. Until then, unfortunately, there is higher risk, but that is the case for many cryptos. You know, we've got these key levels, a wave B high that needs to be broken to really, say with a lot of confidence, that's it, the low will be in for now. But yeah, we can obviously get confirmation before that, on the lower time frames, but this is just one very, very important level. Okay, so hopefully that you liked that update for Mana. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.